Hello, Liana by Tasha here. Just being still, trying not to label it as depression, and feeling sad and low energy, and just a profound stillness as well. And, very low functioning, not doing a lot. And this is a very familiar place for me. And yeah, I'm trying not to label it as a negative, that I sometimes have very low energy, and yet, I have a lot in my life that needs doing and action. And yet here I am feeling a lot of heart pain. It's Mother's Day today, so I think that's probably why I'm feeling heart pain. I have a complicated relationship with my mother, and I have felt like the mom to many people, and I love nurturing and deeply listening and being there for others. And I'm also trying to tend to myself and what do I need. And another aspect of Mother's Day that is really hitting home for me is how much I miss Bear. I miss my dog so much. And I was his mom for 15 and a half years, and he was also raised by his biological mom, and so I was kind of like his stepmom, but I just miss being a fur mama, whatever you want to call it. And so I also identify with mothers who have lost their children. That's always felt like a deep truth in me, of that I'm a mother who has lost her children. And so feeling a lot of grief right now in this moment, and sadness, and also recognizing all of the people around me who look at me like they could be my lost children, and not quite knowing what to do with that energy. Because I do love nurturing and feeding people and meeting their needs and deeply listening to them. And I'm also trying not to dwell on the lack of a partner for myself, as per usual. And also just trusting and aligning that, all is meant to be and all is happening for our greatest good. And that, the king to my queen, and the father to our children will happen when it's meant to happen. And so just being with the depth of grief and sadness and longing today without labeling it as bad or negative. And so I took a long walk in the woods today, in nature, many different paths. I was barefoot, walking very slowly, consciously, and with deep feeling and connection to all that is around me. And it was very healing, and I was able to recenter and realign. And I also want to be a mom someday, if it's meant to be, either, yes, of my own biological children. I would love to experience what that is like, to gestate and birth and nurture and all of those intimate moments you have with your own flesh and blood. And I'm also okay if that's not meant to be, and I'll just have lots of farm animals. I'll breed goats and dogs and cats and just be surrounded by birth and babies in a different way. And another thing that I wanted to check in is that I haven't posted in a long time, but I have done videos, and I have been really having a lot of doubt and self-doubt of like, is this good enough? There's long pauses. And so I'm just feeling kind of insecure and overthinking and not sharing what I'm doing. And I'm in my kitchen within the commercial kitchen at Maplewood Restaurant and Brewery in Amherst, Massachusetts, and I love living here. And I also would love for this commercial kitchen to be utilized. So I'm putting the word out there for any caterer who would like to use a commercial kitchen and for their own business. So they would rent it out from us. And then I would also love to connect with, it could be the same person, it could be a different person, but who would love to give their gifts to a party. And so I'm just hoping for alignment in that everyone's needs can be met, and there can be an equal exchange, however that looks, of giving and receiving. And I would love for this kitchen to be used because it works, it runs, and it wants to be used by somebody who loves metal. You know, I like to be surrounded by wood, and I love cooking, and I know that somebody would love to cook in this kitchen, and that someone is not me. And also, I have many other passions and gifts to offer the world that feel like bursting out of me. And I would love to connect with somebody who loves to cook food for other people, just like it's part of it's their gift, it's their passion, it's their love language. And well, it's pretty dark right now because I don't have the fluorescent lights on. But here's my kitchen within a kitchen, and there's lots of supplies, and maybe I'll just do it quick. Yeah, it's kind of dark, but it's a big commercial kitchen, and we have somebody who might be using the brewery soon, and yeah, it's just an exciting time filled with change, and yet right now I'm still feeling like sadness and heaviness, and just trying to get through today, because I don't know, this happens every Mother's Day where I feel very conflicted about about celebrating. I won't get into the specifics of my mother-daughter relationship, but it's complicated and really not easy. And then the longing that I have to be a mother and to be recognized as a mother is deep, and I miss Bear so much. And there's always more I could say. I've been very active and very busy at people's events. Went to a Beltane celebration at Goddess Mountain with Tiana, 19th annual Beltane gathering. And then I went to Earthshake, the new Pollinate in the old Dance Spree building, and had a blast. And I'm just trying to show up as my full authentic self and stay open and connect with people deeply. And I want want more juicy relationships in my life as friends, as my life partner, lover, best friend, as community members, and there's an animal. Lots of animals. I love animals. And I think with that, I will say, blessed be.